Alright, so we wrap this lesson up with our last two problems in higher order equations. So first of all, I usually try to factor if I can. What multiplies to give me 3 adds to give me negative 4 right here. Okay, now usually this is an x squared. This time it's x to the fourth. So we have this situation. And then I write from the bottom up. X squared minus 3. X squared minus 1. So I'm factoring for this higher order equation. You set this equal to 0. So x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. Add 3 to both sides, so we get x squared is equal to 3. And then we use the square root property to get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 3. That means the two solutions here are square root of 3 and negative square root of 3. Alright, we pick back up over here. We set this one equal to 0. And likewise, we add 1 to both sides, so we would get a positive 1 over there. And then the square root property, we would get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 1, which the square root of 1 is just 1. So you get plus or minus 1. So we get positive 1 and negative 1. There's our 4 answers. We kind of had an idea that it was going to have possibly 4 answers because it was a 4th degree polynomial. Okay? Looking at number 20, it's similar. It's a 4th degree polynomial, so I would like to think that I'm going to have 4 answers. No more than 4, that's for sure. So I'll erase this to give us some extra room. And then we'll set that up. So x to the 4th minus 8x squared minus 9 is equal to 0. Remember, you got to have a 0 over here. So let's try factoring. What multiplies to give us negative 9, but adds to give us a negative 8. So we need a negative 8 in the middle. So we have that. This is an x to the 4th, so we have x squared, right from the bottom up. X squared minus 9, x squared plus 1 equals 0, and then we break these factors apart and set them equal to 0, so I would have x squared minus 9 equals 0. X squared is equal to 9, and then we take the square root of both sides, so we would get x is equal to plus or minus 3. So 3 and negative 3. We come back up here and we pick up this equal to 0, so x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. X squared is equal to negative 1. Take the square root. X is equal to plus or minus. Recall that square root of negative 1 is equal to I, so we get plus or minus I. So we would have I and negative I as our 4 solutions for the higher order equations. Usually when higher order equations occur, we usually try to solve with factoring if we can.